Hello beautiful people of the world, thank you so much for joining me today here on Lumiere. My name is Clair Summer. Today's pick a card reading is one that I haven't done on the channel before. It is the harsh truth about this connection. Now, you did vote for this overwhelmingly a couple of weeks ago on the channel, so you know this is why we're doing it. But my intention in the premeditation wasn't let's look at the harsh truth, it's let's look at the shadow aspects of this connection. All right, so everything has light and shade, and today we're going to be looking at the shadow aspects of this connection to give you clarity, to give you insight, to give you understanding, to give you an opportunity to reflect. Obviously, I'm going to put out a trigger warning, and I would just say, you know, don't ask the question if you don't genuinely want to know the answer. All right, so I will just say that. I want to thank my Loomies, my amazing subscribers all over the world. Thank you so much for being part of this community. I love you all so much, and I'm super grateful. You know, that we're all here together, so yeah, thank you. Right, I will insert an overhead picture of the cards so that you can see the four groups that we've got for you today, and we can look at these shadow aspects of your connection. Group 1 is the citrine cluster, group 2 is the raw aquamarine, group 3 is the celestite cluster, and group 4 is the raw rose quartz crystal. All right, so I ask that you choose from your intuition. I'll insert a picture without crystals as well if you prefer to make your selection without crystals. So just take a deep breath, drop down into your body and listen to that quiet inner voice. There is no rush. You are welcome to pause the video if you need to. While you do that, I will just let you know that my new book is now available through my website. It's called Feminine Frequency. People are absolutely loving it. I announced it on social media, on Instagram a couple of weeks ago, and it's all about feminine energy communication. So it's for anybody who considers themselves the feminine energy partner, or the person who prefers to be pursued rather than to pursue, who is looking for a masculine energy partner. So anyone who's single or anyone who's in a situationship, then this book is absolutely for you. Loads of powerful information about feminine energy communication, both through conversation, through behavior, through body language, and also through online communication, which is so much of our communication in the early stages of dating these days. So if you want to find out more about that, I'm going to be talking about it more over on IGTV, which is Lumiere_Mystic, or you can read more about my new book, Feminine Frequency, on my website, which is lumieretarot.com. You can find out all the information there. Only if it resonates with you, of course, but make your selection. Timestamps are in the description box below this video, and I will see you in a moment. Hey everybody, this is your reading for everyone who picked group number 1. This is for everyone who picked the beautiful citrine cluster. It's very pretty and sparkly, if I can get it to catch the light for you. All right, now remember, I have put out a trigger warning before this reading, but we're going to take a look at the shadow aspects of this connection. I'll start with your tarot, and then I'm going to clarify with your oracle cards a little bit later on in the reading. Opening the reading with 4 of Cups, Queen of Wands, Death, Queen of Pentacles, Ace of Pentacles, Page of Cups, 2 of Wands, Knight of Pentacles in reverse, and the 7 of Swords. Scorpio's energy, I see Leo's energy here as well, and also Taurus, Capricorn and Virgo's energy represented here more strongly. Sun, Moon, Rising or Venus, because this is a love reading. That may resonate with you. If it doesn't, please don't worry about it too much. This is just a general reading, so always just take what resonates and leave the rest. All right, now opening your reading, this is a powerful message, opening your reading with this 4 of Cups. I feel that you're dealing with somebody who isn't particularly open to this connection. And I feel that for some of you, remember this is just a general reading, you may be dealing with somebody who is emotionally unavailable. Now, there is a lot of information online about people who are emotionally unavailable. It's very, very common. So you may want to look that up and just see if it kind of matches what it is that you are experiencing and how your person is behaving, all right? So I'm definitely getting the sense that this isn't anything to do with you. It's not that they think you're not good enough or you're not right for them. I think they've just like closed off to relationships in general is what I'm picking up on. So I sense that they have a heart wall. I sense that you have like a struggle to kind of connect with them or get close to them. So what I feel is that you get close to them and it's like the light at the end of the tunnel. You just get this little glimmer of hope or of closeness or of intimacy, and then they pull away again. And it's just like the drawbridge has come up, the shutters have come down, and again, it's like they've pulled away a little bit. So, but I think overall, they are very reluctant to open their heart. They're very reluctant to have a relationship. They're very reluctant to be emotionally available and flow that energy. So I see the energy between two people who are in union as like a figure of 8 flowing between the two, right? And I don't see that here. I feel like there's some kind of blockage there. And again, this is like all on them. Nothing to do with you. You've got your beautiful open heart. You are relationship ready. You've done the work on yourself. So, you know, and I see that here with the Queen of Wands. They have a lot of attraction for you. You know, they're very magnetically drawn to you, which can make it very confusing, right? Getting mixed messages. Because they seem like they're so into you, but you know, maybe they just want to use you for your body. Maybe they just want to use you for pleasure. You know, maybe they like the ego boost that they get from being around you. They find you very attractive. They find you very magnetic. You're great to be around. You're fun. They love how fun you are, right? They get a lot of like fun and buoyancy and pleasure from that, right? From your connection. But it's like, it's surface level. That's what you're dealing with, it's surface level. And the reason why it's confusing for you is because you are able to access much deeper, I don't know how to describe it, you know, much deeper emotions. Like maybe perhaps you're more emotionally intelligent, or you just have access to those deeper feelings. And not everybody has access to those. You're just like, well, why? And it's just, they just don't. It's just where they're at on their spiritual journey. It's their conditioning, it's their programming, it's what they've learned from when they were younger. They just don't have the access to go deeper, you know, and to connect at the level that you can connect at, right? So I feel that maybe some of the passion might have died away sometimes. For some of you, you know, maybe they were quite kind of all in at the beginning, very intense, and you were just like swept up in it. And then they like pulled the rug from underneath you and you're just like, well, where have you gone? I thought this was a thing. This is really intense. And it kind of fizzled out, or it ended, or they just like plain just took it away from you. This is how they're going to be because, you know, this is their MO. This is how they do relationships. And it's not because they're a bad person. It's not because they're a bad person. It's just all they know, right? This is the only way that they can do relationships right now. I mean, I know you're like, well, I want to teach them. I want to help them out with this. You know, this is really sad for them. Like you've got all this compassion, you know, and I see that here with the Queen of Pentacles. But it's their own journey. You cannot pour yourself into somebody else. So I know that you want something which is stable, which is long term. I see a lot here, you know, with this Queen of Wands and the Queen of Pentacles, that you have so much to offer somebody. And I see that this person sees you as, they see everything that you've got going on in your life. They have got you on this pedestal. They think that you're amazing. And they see that. They're attracted to you. They see everything that you've got going on in your life, that you're working towards your goals and dreams, that you are, maybe you come from a more stable home than they do, that you are creating a life filled with love and joy and abundance, right? And they feel unworthy. They feel unworthy, not just of you, but of just like a life at that level, you know, that's, you know, to live a life that's that rich and fulfilling, and they feel unworthy. So there is this kind of essence of unworthiness here that they may be experiencing. Again, that's their own journey. You know, it may be something that they keep quite close to their heart. You know, they don't want to let on due to feeling vulnerable. So essentially what they have to offer you with this Ace of Pentacles to the Page of Cups, yeah, there's a lot of fun, there's a lot of flirtation, definitely, spark of attraction is here, but again, there's this emphasis on kind of things just being on the surface. What they have to offer you is surface level, but what you want is something deeper, right? So it's just like, you've got to ask yourself, is this enough? Is this enough for me? Just to be at the surface level, just to mess about, just to have some hookups, just to be reeled in and then pushed away, right? So they like it. They like all the laughs. They like the connection that you have. They like you. You're an amazing person. They're all good to kind of soak up your energy, right? And to boost their ego from all your magic. They feel good that they've got someone like you interested in them. They're just like, this is helping me out. But it's like outside validation for them. They're not getting that validation from themselves, from within. They're not being able to generate those feelings of self-esteem from within themselves. So they get a lot from you, but like, it's kind of unhealthy, and they're kind of like, you know, eventually some of these kind of connections can become a bit draining. You know, you can lose yourself in them, right? There's a really loud aircraft going over. I'm sorry if you can hear that. It's super noisy. Two of Wands to the Knight of Pentacles in the reverse. Now, the Knight of Pentacles in the reverse is the slowest mover in the tarot, and in the reverse, he is just ground to a halt. So I see that there is some sort of decision that has been made here. Maybe you have issued an ultimatum, or maybe you've been trying to talk to them about kind of getting your needs met, or how it is that you go forward in the future, right? I feel like these two here is like a gateway. It's just like, are we going to go on through this gate? Are we going to go into this next level? Maybe the next level is from friendship to relationship, or from relationship to exclusive, or, you know, something like this. So it's just like, there's this threshold is what I'm seeing. And it's just like, are you going to go over it? Now, I feel like your person is stalling. They may be, you know, giving you all this and saying all the sweet words and kind of keeping you on the hook and keeping you reeled into it, right? But ultimately, they are never going to make this decision. Never, ever. Okay, they will keep you in this loop as long as you let them. As long as you want to, you know, be in this game. As long as you want to make yourself unhappy, they will keep you on this hook of kind of just enjoying what it is that they enjoy. In the meantime, never meeting your needs, right? This may resonate with you if you're still with me. So I see that, and they're just never ever going to make that decision. And it may be the case that you've said, well, you need to make this decision. Well, remember, to stay in your power, you can make a decision as well. You can make a decision for you. And then closing the reading with 7 of Swords, right? So this can represent cheating. You know, you may be dealing with someone who's a bit of a player. In this reading, you know, with all the other cards supporting it, I feel like this represents self-sabotage, right? So, like we were saying, they'll keep you on the hook, but ultimately they're going to undermine it all the time. So I see the attraction here. I see the spark. I see that there's a lot of fun here, but ultimately they're always at this surface level. And any attempts for you to try and take this deeper into you know, an experience with them, those feelings that you are able to access, they don't have access to those feelings. And it may be that they never can, you know, that they never will do in this lifetime. Over their soul's journey they will, but maybe not in this lifetime. But remember, this isn't anything to do with you. This is their own journey. Let's take a look at your oracle cards. Okay, we have the card Upheaval. So this is like a kind of tower energy to me. It says the unexpected and trouble. So there may have been a little bit of drama in this connection, or you may have had like a dramatic breakup, something like this, or it may be that they like to create a little bit of drama, and you're just like, I thought things were going well, and then all of a sudden things become a bit stormy, right? I see that here. We have the card Intimacy. So like we were talking about earlier, that, you know, they have all this attraction for you. You are very magnetic to them. They love to experience your energy. It feels very kind of nourishing to them. It feels very expansive to them. You know, you feel really good to them. So I feel like when it's good, it's really good, right? So that is indicated here with this intimacy card. I feel like you can feel very close to them, which makes it very confusing for you. But ultimately, when you get close, they push you away, like we were talking about. We have the card Devotion and Guide. Now, both of these cards have like candles on them. This little lantern, very similar to the Hermit. So I feel like your angels and guides are guiding you. If you listen to your intuition, you will be guided as to kind of what to do next. You know, we were talking that you can make your own decision. You do not need to leave the decision with them. So there is sort of light in this. You can, which will help to illuminate your way a little bit. I see that you've been like really devoted to them, right? I feel like you've given them, you know, a second chance or even a third chance or a fourth chance. You know, you've got this beautiful love. You know, you've given them all those chances. You know, you've been devoted to them. You've just said, look, my love is true. My love is real. But I feel like perhaps they haven't, I don't know how to describe it, you know, that they haven't acted out of integrity. You know, you've given them all that. You've given them your heart. You've been devoted to them, and then maybe they've thrown it back in your face or rejected it in some way. And then we have this card, the Explorer. All right, this is just about like, which way do I go now? What is it that I want to do? This, there's a little heart symbol here. There's like a third eye and a heart represented on this card. I feel like for some of them, this connection that you're in, this person may be exploring, they may have a wandering eye a little bit, they may be exploring other options. That's just a message that I'm getting for some of you. If that's the case, I think you already know about it. You're already aware that they may be talking to other people or keeping their options open, and that you're just like an option rather than the chosen one, you know, for some of you. But also this is just, it's got a compass image on here. And this is just really representing to me, you know, that you've got choices and you need to follow your true north. So you need to listen to your intuition, follow your true north, keep going in that direction and never get swayed in any other direction. So your true north is your intention. You set what it is that you want and you go in that direction until you find it, and you do not waver. All right. That's everything that I have for you in this reading today. I hope you have found it beneficial. It has been my honor to read your cards. Let me know how it resonates in the comments. I'd love to hear what it is that you are going through right now. I'll connect with you there. If you feel called to, please check me out on Instagram, Lumiere_mystic, and also check out my beautiful new book, which I'm so proud of. It's been a labor of love. It's called Feminine Frequency. It's all about feminine energy communication, okay? And it's full of actual scripts and phrases that you can use to talk to guys or, you know, your masculine energy person to really create magnetic attraction, all right? And to learn more about when we are expressing masculine energy and when we are expressing feminine energy. And it is so interesting and fascinating. So if that resonates, do check that out. There's more on my website, which is linked in the description box below this video. But have an amazing week. I'm sending you lots of love, and I look forward to seeing you again soon here on Lumiere. Take care. Hey everybody, welcome to your reading. To everyone who picked group number 2. This is for everyone who picked the raw aquamarine crystal. I love this crystal. It's one of my favorite colors. That is it blue, is it green? You know, it looks different in different lights. So yeah, I really love it. It's really special, and I get an amazing energy from it as well. So yeah, it's one I reach for again and again. I'm going to look at your tarot cards to begin with. I will clarify with your oracle cards, and we will take a look at the energies surrounding your connection and the shadow aspects of this connection. All right. So, opening your reading with the moon, Pisces energy here, 8 of Cups, 5 of Pentacles, 4 of Cups, Ace of Cups, King of Pentacles, 6 of Cups, 3 of Pentacles, and the 10 of Pentacles in the reverse to close your reading. So I see Pisces energy here. I see Cancer and Scorpio energy as well represented here in the readings that may resonate with you, Sun, Moon, Rising or Venus. So, but don't worry about it too much if it doesn't. It's a general reading, take what resonates, leave the rest. So I see, you know, a lot of shadow aspects here as we open your reading with the Moon to the Eight of Cups to the Five of Pentacles. I feel like this is somebody who is maybe being very shady. Maybe you felt like you could never quite get close to them, or you could never really get, excuse me, the measure of kind of what was going on with them. And you were always trying to guess or trying to fill in the blanks or fill in the gaps. Like, how do they really feel? What's really going on with them? What did they really mean by this? Right? So it's all really just confusing, really, just a lot of confusion. I feel like for some of these, for some of you in this connection, they could have done this thing where they have decided that the relationship is over and they've broken up with you, but they haven't bothered to actually tell you. Excuse me, they haven't bothered to tell you that, you know, it's over. And so you're kind of getting crumbs, or you're just sort of guessing, or like if you really feel like they've changed or they've pulled away, it could be, you know, they may still enjoy your attention. They may still like it that, you know, you're chasing after them, or that, you know, you're obviously still showing your interest, or that you're still hanging around. But I feel like, not for all of you, don't worry, but for some of you, you know, if this is resonating, I feel like they may have decided in their mind that it's over, or they're not willing to invest any more into this connection, or they're just like, well, you know, I can keep it here on the surface level, or I'll just toss out a few crumbs here and there, and that'll be enough. And, you know, that's all I'm prepared to give. That's all I'm going to do right now. So what I'm hearing from Spirit is like they're just not that invested in this connection. This is nothing to do with you. I feel like they are looking out for themselves right now. They're just interested in them. What I'm sensing is there's like a lack of spiritual understanding or spiritual awareness. So everyone does the best they can with the information that they have, right? And when we know better, we do better. And I just feel that at this stage in their kind of spiritual evolution, this is kind of where they're at with things. Doesn't mean they're a bad person, it's just kind of, it is what it is. So I feel like someone here is moving on from this because it's just like too confusing or too triggering in this connection, you know, and that someone in this connection feels abandoned, or someone in this connection has abandoned the potential or the possibility that this connection had, and they've sort of abandoned it. So this is with this Four of Cups, you know, you're dealing with somebody who has their heart space closed, who is closed off to whatever it is that you have to offer. And, you know, what is it that you have to offer? It's this beautiful love. With this Ace of Cups at the center of your reading, I'm finding this kind of quite interesting. I feel like this person takes from you, or takes advantage of you, and they take advantage of your good nature. You have a beautiful open heart. You have so much love to give, and that love really should be shared with somebody who can reciprocate it. So I feel like they're unable to reciprocate your love. I feel like, or they don't want to. What I'm hearing is withholding, right? You may want to look this up. It's like a kind of psychological term, but like some people can be withholding, and it can be a pattern that they've learned from childhood, if they've had like withholding parents or something like this, where love has been withheld from them. And this is what I'm seeing in this reading, that they're withholding a little bit, and it's a way of controlling another person. And again, it doesn't mean that they're bad. It's a coping mechanism. It's what it is, and it's what I'm seeing. So I see that you are like a lovely person. You might be an empath. You might be very intuitive, kind of quite gentle, that you've got this beautiful open heart, that you want a long-term relationship, that this is what you were offering, that you may have, like this whole time you've been like centered and grounded and just like carried on loving them despite what happened, despite how they behaved. You've just been centered and grounded in this love and just been like, here I am, still loving you. Or like, even if they've done wrong by you, you're just like, here I am, still loving you. And that's just your beautiful nature, and there's nothing wrong with that, but some people can take advantage of it a little bit sometimes. So be aware of that. I see that here. It's interesting because we do have the Six of Cups. Now this does indicate a soulmate connection. It could indicate that this person, you know, comes back into your life. Maybe they've come back from the past. Maybe they kind of resurface a little bit, but it does indicate a soulmate connection. So if you are feeling this connection very deeply, right, then this is why. So remember, we don't just have one soulmate, we have many. We have many people who are destined to be in our lives to teach us certain spiritual lessons. You know, sometimes those people are in our lives for a moment and they give us that awakening, that clarity, that lesson, and other people are with us for many years. Right? So just bear that in mind, but it does mean that you were destined to meet each other, that you've got like a strong energetic connection, and you may be feeling that with this person that we're talking about today. We've got the Three of Pentacles to the Ten of Pentacles in the reverse. I feel like there may be like a third party situation when I'm seeing this here. It's just like you're kind of saying, look, you're the only one for me. Like you can see so much potential here. You know, potential for real love, potential for the long term. But your person, they're just not having it. They're just not open to it. I feel like they get quite deeply triggered. I feel like they can be close to you sometimes, which is why you feel it so deeply with the Six of Cups, right? But I just think ultimately, with this Three of Pentacles, you know, and the moon here, there has been some shady behaviour. This could be a third party situation. If this is the case, this is something you already know about. You know, maybe they've been, maybe their energy has been very open to other people, right? In a romantic or sexual way. So even if there hasn't been actual cheating, maybe they're just kind of leaking energy out of this connection all over the place by chatting to other people or chatting to their ex or flirting with other people at the club or at work or whatever, right? So I see that here, and ultimately, you know, the outcome of your reading is Ten of Pentacles in the reverse. I see that that's a pattern that they're going to be, you know, it's kind of where they're at, how they want to behave, what it is that they want to do right now. And it's going to bring like unhappiness and even depression, really. I feel like your person is a little bit depressed. Maybe they have some mental health issues or some addictions mildly, or some anxiety. Like they feel a little bit unsure of themselves or unsure of where they're going in life. It's like they're not on a very solid foundation. I think it could be that they come from like a difficult background, that they've moved around a lot, or they come from like a broken home for some of you, not all of you. But I just feel ultimately they're not going to meet your needs. They're not going to bring you the fulfillment that you want. They're not going to bring you the happiness that you deserve with this Ten of Pentacles in the reverse. I understand that it's a deep connection though, and that you see a lot of potential there. But we can't fall in love with someone's potential. We have to fall in love with who they really are at this moment, you know, who they're showing up as, right? Let's take a look at your oracle cards. Okay, we have the card Abandoned. So this is just like this Eight of Cups, Five of Pentacles that we were talking about, or kind of, I think we talked about it at the beginning of the reading, just about feeling lost, feeling abandoned, feeling like you've had the rug pulled out from under you. You know, maybe that's you. Maybe it's triggered an abandonment wound in you, if that's, you know, something, you know, part of your spiritual journey. That may be the case there. You know, feeling very confused, feeling very lost and lonely is what I'm picking up on as a result of this. We have the card Beauty and Unconditional. Let me show it to you properly. Right? So they find you very attractive. They see your beauty, both in your outer beauty and your inner beauty. you know, there's this kind of innocence here that I'm picking up on. You know, maybe you've just gone into the world and just thought everybody's a good person, or you always want to see the best in people is what I'm hearing, and that is a lovely trait to have. Don't ever change that. So you always see the best in a situation, and you always see the best in people, and then you can see the best in this person, which is why you can see their potential, and you can see how amazing they can be, and you can see how amazing this connection can be. But remember, we cannot fall in love with someone's potential. But that is a beautiful thing that they've got, that you have here. The outer beauty, the inner beauty, and they see that. They may not be able to articulate it, but they recognize it. And it's something that they would like to have, this kind of inner beauty, this way of seeing the world through rose-tinted glasses, this way of that you see the world which is loving and open and optimistic and enthusiastic and positive. They would like to be like this. They see that in you. Maybe it makes them envious, or it makes them question who it is that they are. They see that you see the world differently to how they see the world, definitely. We have the card Unconditional. This is just like what I was talking about earlier, that you've given them chance after chance, or that you've just carried on loving them and caring about them even when they have not been meeting your needs, or not been treating you very well, not been treating you with the respect that you deserve. You know, you deserve to have your needs met. You deserve to know what's going on in any connection, or in this connection, right? So, when it says the word innocence, did I not just talk about that? And whole heart. You just got this great big heart that just like shines out love. Right? I don't think they can meet you where you're at with all this love that you have to give. Now this is interesting. We've got the card Reinvention, and we've got the card Reclaim. Right. Now this has got the image of a cat's face wearing a crown made out of crystals. I just love it. This is really saying you are a queen or a king. Okay, so just put your crown on straight. Remember who you are. Remember that you have all the power in your life. Remember that you are the dreamer of your dream. You can create your life exactly how you want it to be. You do not have to settle for second best. You can have what it is that you want, right? You can have what it is that you want in this life. You've got to feel it, know that you're worthy of it, you know, decide what it is that you want, know that you're worthy of it, stay in high vibration, and you will come into alignment with the perfect match for you, the divine selection, the one who has been chosen for you by universal intelligence to be your partner in this life. Put your crown on straight and remember who you are, right? This is what Spirit is saying. Don't lose yourself in this person and whatever shiz they've got going on in their life, okay? Don't lose yourself in this connection. Remember who you are, and when you level up, it may be the case that this person levels up and they may be able to come with you, or they may not, but that's their choice, isn't it? Right? You show them how it's done. You show the world how it's done, right? And when you show up to life with your strong boundaries, with that beautiful love that you have for yourself, you know, with this passion for your goals and your dreams, then life will match your vibration and you will call in beautiful things into your life. And that's what this Reinvention card is about. This is just about, you know, maybe you want to change your appearance, or maybe you just want to kind of reinvent yourself, where you're just like, yes, I do have this beautiful open heart, but I also have my solid, rock solid steel boundaries that no one can get through. And I don't give my heart away to just anybody. You know, you've got to have earned it. You've got to show me that you're worth my time, a space in my life, my heart, right? Maybe that's what the Reinvention is. Super interesting. That's everything that I have for you in this reading today. I hope you have found it beneficial and that it has given you an opportunity to reflect and get clarity in your situation. I've loved doing this reading for you. It's been really interesting. I'm sorry if it's not what you wanted to hear, but I hope it's given you greater understanding. And remember, if it doesn't resonate, it's not your message. All right. If you feel called to, check me out on Instagram, Lumiere_mystic. I do free mini readings on there for the collective, and also there's a series called the Holistic Relationship Series, talking about feminine energy dating. All right, and then also if you want to learn more, if you're single or in a situationship, you want to learn more about feminine energy communication, both through, online or in conversation or in body language. I've written a whole book about it. It's super fascinating to learn about the masculine and feminine energies. So that book, Feminine Frequency, is on my website. You can read loads more about it on there, only if it resonates, of course. But have an amazing week. I'm sending you lots of love and light in your situation. I look forward to seeing you again soon on Lumiere. Take care. Bye-bye. Hey everybody, welcome to your reading to everyone who picked group number 3. This is for everyone who picked the beautiful blue celestite crystal, lovely calming crystal. This is the first crystal that I had in my collection, so yeah, it's very lovely. Feel very lucky to have it. All right, let's take a look at the harsh truth of this connection, or the shadow energies in your connection. I will start with your tarot cards and I will clarify with your oracle cards a little bit later on. All right, opening your reading with the Star card. 6 of Pentacles, you've got 4 of Wands, you've got 9 of Pentacles, King of Swords at the centre of your reading, 3 of Cups, the Strength card, Tower in reverse, and then closing your reading with 5 of Pentacles. So I see Leo's energy here and Aquarius energy as well, Sun, Moon, Rising or Venus. That may resonate with you, but if it doesn't, please don't worry about it too much. So what I see here is that you have a lot of hope for this connection, that you are holding on to hope that there can still be love in this connection, that it can still work out, and that you are hopeful that the crumbs that they are giving you, the crumbs of their time, the crumbs of their affection or their attention, the crumbs of the communication that you're getting, will turn into something more solid, and that they will let you through the gates and kind of let you in to their inner sanctum, let them into their heart, let you into their heart and create something more solid, where you've got a stable footing, where you feel like you know where you're at, where you know where you're going, that you can feel safe and secure in this relationship. This is your biggest hope, that you can transform these crumbs that they're giving you, or this hot and cold behavior, right, that's going on, into something more substantial, something more long term. That is your big hope here that I'm seeing. Let me just have a sip of my water before we get started. But it's quite interesting because we've got the King of Swords right at the centre of your reading. So the centre of your reading is kind of the theme of your reading. And I sense that your person is being quite analytical, quite logical about this connection and what it is that they want. They may be being quite cold towards you. Like you're trying to connect with them and it isn't really kind of happening, or it isn't really working, right? It may be that they've that you've got no contact with them, or they've got no contact with you, or that they are MIA, they're missing in action. That may be indicated here, or that they've just pulled very far away from you and it feels like quite a cold and lonely place that you're in right now. Or maybe they're being quite cold towards you right now and you're just like, well, where did my person go? What happened to all this potential? What happened to our connection? Why are you being so cold towards me? Right? So that's what I'm seeing here at the center of your reading as the theme. And this is, either side of that we have the 9 of Pentacles and the 3 of Cups. So what I'm seeing is that there is somebody here who is happy being single and is happy to explore their options. So what they're coming at this from like a logical place. The person that you're in a connection with is coming more from their head than their heart. So it may be the case that there are practical issues. Maybe they're thinking, well, this is too difficult because we both want different things. Like I want to live here and they want to live there, or we're from different religions, or the age gap is too much, or what will we do for money, or there's some sort of practical consideration, or just like, this isn't the sort of person I see myself with for whatever reason, right? Whatever crazy story they've got in their mind, or they're just like, well, I want to focus on my career right now, or I want to focus on my studies, and I don't really want to have a relationship. So there are these practical considerations. And what I'm sensing with this star is that you're just like, no, love conquers all. Love will conquer all in this situation. It doesn't matter about all these challenges and these difficult things and where we don't see eye to eye and all these practicalities, and, you know, it will all work out for the best, and love will conquer all. That's all that we need. And I think that your person is just like a little bit more coming from that more analytical, logical place of just like, they're just not really seeing that, or they're not really feeling it. They're not like, and it is true, sometimes love can conquer all. It can't you know, love will find a way. But your person is very much just like, it's like they just see a problem, like a practical problem to do with distance or money or backgrounds, or kind of what I'm hearing a lot of though is, like to do with like wanting different things and your future paths. I feel like they've got one path that is their destiny, and you've got another path which is your destiny, and that they're different paths. This is what I'm seeing in my mind's eye, that they're different paths, and it's just like they can see that, or they sense it, and you can't see it because maybe you're blinded by love, or you're experiencing such strong emotion over it. But I see someone here who is happy to be single. I feel like they're not in the market for a relationship right now. They may have given you a totally different impression at the beginning of your connection. It may have been that they came on quite strong, and you were just like, well, obviously you're on this dating app or whatever, you must want a relationship. Well, not everybody who is out in the dating marketplace wants a relationship. That is a key lesson that I think we all have to learn sometime, isn't it? That not everyone who says that they want a relationship is either capable of having a relationship, is ready to have a relationship, or actually is telling the truth and wants a relationship, right? A lot of people out there don't know what they want, right? So this is somebody, maybe they prefer to be single, right? A little bit. I think that they're happy to kind of play the field a little bit right now, or to entertain other energies or other people in some way. This is no reflection on you. They're very much, it's just like, what I'm hearing is they can't see past the end of their own nose. They can't see the potential here. They can't see what an amazing person you are. Do you know what I'm reminded of? I am reminded of the fact that the universe, or God, I prefer to use the term God, but I know it can be very triggering and we get all intense about it. But God will hide you from the wrong one, right? So I feel like this person can't even see you. Like, and when I say that, they can see you with their eyes, but they can't see you psycho-spiritually. They can't see you on that emotional level. It's just like you're invisible. They're not connecting with you, and it's because they can't see you. And the reason that they can't see you, how's this for a download, is because I'm getting chills right now. It's because they're not meant to, right? You know, like at the beginning I saw these two different roads, and that you're going to go separate ways, and that you're going to go down different roads. This is your destiny, right? Only good can come to you. If this isn't what you want to hear, or I'm making you feel really tragic right now, I don't want to. That isn't my intention. I'm just telling you what I see. I see two different roads. I see different paths for you. And only good can come your way. This path leads to your highest good. And it leads you to the divine selection, right? You may have heard me talk about the divine selection on the channel before. The divine selection is the one who has been chosen for you by God or by universal intelligence, right? To be your divine partner in this life. And sometimes, so that we don't make the wrong choice, so that we don't bypass that amazing relationship by getting involved in something else, or delay that amazing relationship until later on in life, you know, maybe we force our will and we don't go with the flow, and we choose this other person because we have free will, and we choose this other person despite all the odds, and we marry them and stuff, and then we end up not meeting the divine selection until we've already been married and divorced, and then we meet them, right? You know, when I was dating, I met lots of people who couldn't see me. Now that I understand things better, I was just like, why won't they love me? What's wrong? You know, Why can't I connect to them? Why don't they connect to me? It's because they couldn't see me. They couldn't see me psycho-spiritually. Like, it's just like, they're just not there. They're just not going to connect until you meet the divine selection. This is why. So your person's wrapped up in themselves. They're doing their own thing and they can't see you. If you're just like, why can't I connect? Why isn't this working? What's going on with them? They can't see you psycho-spiritually. If you want me to talk more about this, like, let me know and I'll do a video on it on Instagram about kind of being seen. But it's an interesting thing when you recognize the connection now and you're just like, wow, this person can't see me. Like, either romantically or just in friendships or people you meet in your day-to-day life. You're just like, it's just like you're at such different frequencies. They just can't see you. It's interesting. That's what I'm picking up on. That was quite a big download. Now, we've got the Strength card. This is your beautiful, loving heart that you have. This is your courage, right? And I just feel like you're just like, you're only getting crumbs. You're hoping that it's going to be more, and you're afraid to kind of move on from this. But in doing so, look, this connection probably wasn't built on a very solid foundation to begin with. But, you know, whatever, you have all the power. This is what this card is saying. You have the power. Stand in your power, right? And this is about your beautiful heart, but this is also about kind of going up to what you fear the most. This is like kind of the tower is really like ripping off the band-aid. I think your fear is just like, they're not going to make the decision for you. And if you make the decision, then you feel like you're going to be like too alone, or that there's going to be nothing to look forward to. That's your fear. Or that you're going to be out in the cold. But in facing your fear and going up to it and really kind of ripping off that band-aid and doing what you need to do, or just, you know, this could just be just taking a step back from it to give you some clarity and decide what it is that you want. Because you don't want to get involved in anybody else's game or agenda or whatever. I'm sure this person is happy to have you around. You know, you will be an asset to have in anybody's life. But I don't feel like they can really see you. You know, they can't see your value. They can't see your worth. They can't see what an amazing person you are. They can't see your magic, right? Their loss. They can't see your magic, their loss. You are magical and you are powerful beyond measure. Do not forget that, whatever it is that you're going through. We've got the card of running. So this could be a twin flame situation. You could be in the runner-chaser dynamic, very painful dynamic to be in. It says ghosting. So, you know, you may have been ghosted by this person. It also says invisible. What did I say? They cannot see you. They cannot see you. We have the card despair. Your person may be experiencing depression or anxiety, some sort of mental health issue. It also says hopeless, so it may be that you feel hopeless about this connection, or just kind of hopeless about this situation or about yourself right now. And you don't need to be. Look at this. You don't need to. You have all the power. We have the card compromise and balancing the scales. Libra's energy represented here. I feel like you have compromised too much. Sorry, I've got a scratch in my throat. Sorry about that. I feel like you've compromised too much already. I think you've compromised too much of yourself in an effort to try and be seen. You're like, I'm here, connect to me. I think you've given up too much of yourself. You do not need to twist yourself into a pretzel in order to be loved. Love is not earned, love is free, right? Please remember that. So, you know, we need to bring back a little bit of balance. Come home to yourself, you know, take a step back from it, feel more balanced in yourself so you can regain your equilibrium, remember who you are, and then make a decision about what you want to do for the future or kind of how you feel about this connection. But maybe what I'm hearing from Spirit is take a little break from it so that you can reassess rather than continuing to kind of be drip fed these little bits and pieces of crumbs I'm not saying that this person is a bad person in any way, shape or form. I'm just saying this is someone who just can't see you, and it's because they're not meant to. And the only reason they're not meant to is because there is someone better for you. You may not want to hear it, but this is what I'm hearing from Spirit. There is someone who is so in alignment with you, who is so right up your street, who just resonates with you so completely, who is like, I was going to say your other half, but it isn't two halves make a whole, it's two whole people make a conscious relationship. But yeah, you feel like two peas in a pod. That's why. You're not ready for it now, but you will be. And this is why. And then we look at this, we have the card Shadow with this beautiful bat image on it, right? And a full moon image, very beautiful. So, you know, we're looking at shadow aspects here. So I think this is the shadow that they can't see you. I think that maybe you've learned a lot about people, about relationships, about yourself. Maybe you've been in touch with your own shadow as a result of this connection. You know, maybe you have compromised yourself too much and that's your shadow. Or maybe you have been baited into chasing somebody. I dated a guy who baited me into chasing him, or tried to. I wasn't having it. Maybe for like 2 days. And I was just like, no, what's going on with this? So, you know, maybe, you know, we've been looking at their shadow aspects. But maybe you've kind of, some of your own shadow has been brought to the surface or revealed to you as a result of this connection. And that is only a good thing, to understand ourselves better. You know, we're all here for a reason. And it isn't to, you know, buy a phone upgrade every 2 years. It's to learn about ourselves and to grow spiritually. So, yeah. That's everything that I have for you in this reading. I hope you found it beneficial in some way. It's been super interesting. I hope it makes sense. Let me know how it resonates down in the comments and I will connect with you there. Check me out on Instagram. I've got loads more about feminine energy and dating and relationships over on IGTV. It's Lumiere_Mystic. And if you feel called to, check out my new book, which has been out a couple of weeks, called Feminine Frequency. It's all about feminine energy communication for the feminine energy partner. So if you're single or in a situationship and you want to learn how to communicate better from your beautiful feminine energy to create magnetic attraction with a masculine energy partner and really become magnetic and call that person into your life, then this book is for you. It is super fascinating, really interesting. You will absolutely love it. I guarantee it. Only if it resonates, check it out on my website. But have an amazing week. I'm sending you lots of love and light in your situation, and I look forward to seeing you again soon here on Lumiere. Take care. Bye-bye. Hey everybody, welcome to your reading. To everyone who picked group number 4. This is for everyone who picked the beautiful raw rose quartz crystal. Beautiful, loving energy from this crystal, very gentle and lovely. All right, I'm going to look at your cards today. I'm going to take a look at your tarot to begin with, and I will clarify with your oracle cards. And yeah, we're going to look at the harsh truth around this connection, or really just the kind of shadow energies of this connection. All right. Remember, don't ask the question if you don't want to know the answer. All right, let's get started. Opening your reading, you have 5 of Wands, Queen of Swords, Death, Emperor, 10 of Cups, 2 of Cups, interesting, the Star, 2 of Pentacles, closing your reading with the Devil. All right, Scorpio's energies here, Aries, Cancer, Gemini, Aquarius, Capricorn, quite a few. So Sun, Moon, Rising or Venus, that may resonate with you. If it doesn't, don't worry about it too much. I see a lot of challenges here with this 5 of Wands to the Queen of Swords. I feel like perhaps there has been some kind of wrangling or arguments. I feel like there's like a power struggle, like there's a power play going on from looking at these cards in the bigger picture here. You know, there may have been some arguments, you may not be seeing eye to eye. I feel like some of this tension is to do with you asserting your own boundaries and just saying what is and isn't okay with you, and that is absolutely fine to do that. You know, you should never be punished for having boundaries, you know, for having self-respect, from knowing what it is that isn't okay with you. That is a beautiful thing. And if somebody doesn't respect that, then kind of that's their issue, that's their problem. There may have been some very harsh words spoken between you as a result of you know, differences of opinion, or the kind of struggles that you've had, or the problems that you've had, right? So someone may have spoken out of turn, or maybe someone said something that they later regretted, or something that was better left unsaid, or just, you know, it just got quite heated and quite, you know, direct in a way. It may be that you went no contact, or they've gone no contact with you, that someone has cut the other out in some way because it's got too intense. I see a simmering resentment here as well, that maybe kind of simmers along and then blows up, or doesn't, just is under the surface, just that resentment of just like, why aren't you leveling up? Why aren't you treating me properly? You know, why are things like this? And then it creates this resistance, and this resentment kind of builds up because you're not getting your needs met, and you want more than this, and you know that they're capable of so much more, and yeah. But there's, you know, with this Five of Wands to the Queen of Swords, excuse me, this is a lot of resistance going on in this. A resistance to see eye to eye, a resistance to see the other's opinion, a resistance to get on the same page, a resistance to find a solution, a resistance maybe to this connection. A lot of resistance here, okay? And that may have resulted in some sort of ending with the Death card here. You know, maybe you've decided to go your separate ways, maybe you've decided to have a break, maybe you've just pulled away, or someone's pulled away from this connection, right? To kind of take a break from this. And just kind of to assimilate, really, is what I'm hearing, what has happened. We've got the Emperor here. So I feel like your person likes to control. They like to be the one in control. When they're in the driving seat of controlling the whole thing, then this is what makes them feel safe. This is what makes them happiest, right? So they feel happiness when you are dancing to their tune, when they are, and they're in control of everything. So they have a, like a framework of where, and inside that framework is where they feel safe to be able to connect, right? And outside of that, that's where all the tension is, that's where all the difficulty is. So they've got a framework of what makes them feel safe to connect to somebody else. This is what makes them happy. But ultimately that can be very rigid. You know, it can mean that you don't get your needs met, that they're getting everything on their terms, right? And ultimately that is a little bit unhealthy. And, you know, I know it's not something that you meant to do. You know, we can kind of like blindly get involved in these things. You know, it can start off really good and it looks really lovely, and then a few months down the line things have changed, and it's been so incremental and so subtle that we haven't noticed that they've changed, or we haven't noticed that we're being controlled. So just reflect on that. Is everything on their terms, or is it weighted more towards what it is that they want, what they want to do, what they feel safe doing, you know, how at the level that they want to connect, right? So just question that. I see that, and this has been a theme, you know, in these 4 readings that I've done today, that there is like this hope here and a lot of potential. So like, you may be in love with their potential, you may see the potential, you know, I see that there is, you know, a lot, you know, a depth of feeling here, a very deep connection that you have. This is a soul connection, like a soul tie that you have with this 2 of Cups. So you may be dealing with a twin flame, definitely a soulmate. I feel like you are like mirror images of each other, like so similar. Like energetically, you have called this person into your life because you're like both on the same energetic frequency, right? And that doesn't necessarily mean that we get on fabulously well. It can just be like we call them into our lives to awaken us, and I sense that this person is here. Out of all the readings, this is the one that I see as kind of a little bit unhealthy, or possibly toxic for some of you. It's just a general reading, so remember, take what resonates and always just leave the rest. But I see some unhealthiness here, definitely. But it's just like you're just mirroring each other so much, and you find some sort of solace in each other, some sort of happiness in each other. It's like you feel like they can fix you, or that they can be some salve or to something that is tricky or difficult or struggle for you, and they feel the same way. So you find this solace in each other, but ultimately this approach of looking outside of ourselves for validation, or looking outside of ourselves for someone to rescue us or fix us or soothe us in some way is flawed, right? Because no one else can do our work for us. So I see that you have good times together. I see that there is love there, but there is also like some sort of issue of incompatibility, or something whereby you're just deeply triggering to one another, is what I'm seeing here. I think at the soul level, right, from your higher self, you love each other so completely, but there's like a real world, 3D world, ego-based situation going on. I don't know how to describe it. Let me see if I can describe it better to you. But look at this. Okay, we've got the Two of Pentacles, and either side of that we've got the Star and the Devil. Now when I look at this just screams to me empath, narcissist. Okay, I don't know if you've considered this. I don't know if you're resonating with that. It may not be as extreme as that, but it could just be, you know, that one of you is very sensitive, very intuitive, very compassionate, and the other one is just, you know, and is more spiritual and connected to the higher self, and the person that you're connecting with is more in the 3D world, more acting out of their ego, and obviously the ego is always caught up in fear all the time. They may struggle with addictions to this, but this is just like, you know, with this Two of Pentacles in the middle, this is just like a little dance that you're doing. You can do this dance until the end of time if you want to. But it's going to get draining, it's going to get wearing for you eventually. But I see the hook. I see the hook that is in this connection. It's like you're two, you know, the thing with the empath and the narcissist is they're two sides of the same coin. You know, whether you resonate with those labels or you don't, it's fine. But I just see this image of you just being like two sides of the same coin. You're so similar, you mirror each other. You may be wound mates, right? If it isn't this empath narcissist thing, I feel like you're resonating at the frequency of your wounding. Okay, I've got a video on my channel about wound mates versus soulmates. This is what is happening in this connection. If it's resonating with you, you're resonating at the frequency of your wounds, and each one of you is hoping that the other can, you know, provide some healing or solace, but ultimately we cannot do the work for somebody else. All right, so if you continue with this, it's going to continue to be more of the same. It's going to be very stressful. There's going to be a lot of intensity, and you're going to do this dance. You know, and this guy has like an infinity symbol here with this. It's going to go on and on and on, and it could be going on for many lifetimes. You may do this dance for this lifetime, and then, you know, when we don't learn our lessons, we have to learn them in the next lifetime. So yeah, I see that here. Is this getting too harsh? This is the harshest of all the readings I've done, but you know, I think this is a powerful download and a powerful message from Spirit that we're looking at right now. This is what I'm seeing. Possibly, you know, empath narcissist, possibly wound mates, right? Okay. We have the card Drifting from your Oracle cards. It says slowly parting, disconnecting, detaching. So you may, that triggering maybe because you can feel them pulling away, or they feel that you are pulling away. I just feel like whenever either of you, right, pulls some energy back, you know, like you reclaim your energy, you reclaim your power, you put it back into yourself, then they come back. It's like they're elastic and they just kind of pull back into your life. It's like you're so tightly wound together energetically and psycho-spiritually. You're so tightly wound together that you just pick up on each other's energies. And if like you know, and you could be miles away from each other. You could be in Scotland and they could be in New Zealand, and they would still sense your energy. When one of you pulls away, the other one picks up on it straight away, and it like what do I want to say, triggers you into chasing, because you're like, oh my gosh, I can feel them really moving on, I can feel them moving away. And then what do we have? We have the chase, relentless pursuit. Right, so I just feel like this pulling away energy triggers a kind of chasing. So you may have the runner-chaser dynamic, if it's a twin flame situation that you're going through, or that could just be, it's very common that when you feel someone pull away, that the other one will panic and be triggered into chasing. We have the card Mask. It's very similar to this devil energy. So your person may be wearing a mask, they may be you know, completely lovely and charming and charismatic and fun and, you know, seem, you know, like a really lovely person. But I just feel like under the surface of that, it's like a little bit of a veneer. Maybe they wear a mask to protect their own vulnerabilities. Definitely. This is what I'm picking up on, especially with this devil card. We have the card Barrier. I feel like they're closed off to this connection, they're closed off to you. I feel like, you know, this mask that they wear is really, you know, keeps anybody out. It keeps them, not just you, but anybody from getting too close to them. Because I feel like they have the message that love is dangerous, right? Being close to somebody, intimacy, genuine real love is dangerous. Some people learn this lesson from life, sadly, and are unable to open their heart. So they've got like a very strong heart wall and very, so if you're just like, why can't I connect with you? Why isn't this working? Why won't you let me in? Because there's so much wonderful potential here. And you know, it feels very intense because you're resonating at this frequency. But I think the frequency is not particularly a healthy one. And this, I'm feeling this so strongly. This is the card Higher Perspective. Right, so there is more to this situation than meets the eye. From that bird's eye view, looking at it with dispassionately, looking at it with clarity, looking at it logically, looking at it in the cold light of day. Like, I know that you are in emotional turmoil. I know that you are completely caught up in this. I know that you are in this cycle of drama, possibly. But there is, you know, more to this. There is like a spiritual lesson in this. You know, the universe wouldn't make you suffer for no reason. And it's like as above, so below. So we've got the tree and then the roots. As above, so below. So again, this mirroring energy. What you're seeing projected in your own life is a mirror of how you feel within, and also like you're mirroring each other as well. But there is a bigger picture here, and Spirit is inviting you to kind of look at that, to understand yourself better, to understand the nature of relationships better, to understand what it is that you truly want from a relationship and another person, and to do the work on yourself in order to be able to be ready, or to feel worthy, or to feel comfortable with attracting that into your life. So this is happening for a reason. I understand that it's very intense. But I feel that at the moment it's a little bit healthier. You can't change somebody else, but you can change yourself. I've had to do this. I've had to go on that journey. It was super painful. But ultimately worth it, right? Ultimately worth it. You know, going on that journey of self-love is completely worth it. So there is a higher perspective here. Let me know how this resonates down in the comments. This is all that I have for you today in this reading. It has been my honour to read your cards. I don't want to be too harsh. I know that this was very direct. You know, I read authentically. I read from the heart. I just say what I see in the cards. I think I'd be more popular here on YouTube if I told more fairy stories and talk more nonsense at you, but it's just not the way I do things. So There we go. But yes, I hope this reading was beneficial and has given you some clarity. If you feel called to and you are single or in a situationship, please check out my beautiful book, Feminine Frequency. It's brand new. It's been out a couple of weeks. It's been a labour of love for me to write it, but I am honoured to share this information with you. It's all about communicating from your feminine energy. If you are a feminine energy person looking for a masculine energy partner, then this book will be right up your street, and you can learn loads about feminine energy communication. It's a super fascinating topic, so check that out. It's on my website. Loads more about me and what I offer on there, lumieretarot.com. I'm sending you lots of love and light in your situation, and I look forward to seeing you again soon here on Lumiere. I hope you come back. All right, take care. Bye-bye.